Could a new Marvel DC crossover become a reality? With the comic book industry coming to a screeching halt this week, industry professionals are taking to social media to engage with fans, show off old pitches, and dream up ways to help their local comic book stores recover once this passes. Thanks to a tweet from renowned comic book writer Gail Simone, one idea in particular has gained some major traction with her fellow comics creators and fans. It's an idea which, fingers crossed, could lead to a crossover of epic proportions, one between Marvel and DC. Now, if you've been a comic book reader for a while, you know that these kind of crossovers are nothing new. Through the years, we've seen countless mashups like Batman vs. the Hulk or the Green Lantern and Silver Surfer. In fact, the most notable one happened in 1996, when fans got to vote on who would win certain matchups in the classic DC vs. Marvel miniseries, or Marvel vs. DC, if you're nasty. Where my Dark Claw fans at? But despite the success of 2003's JLA Avengers, relations have cooled between the two companies, and since then it's been no small secret that chances for a revival are next to nil. Or are they? Because on Tuesday, Simone tweeted out, "When comic shops open back up, as we all hope they will, I would love it if DC and Marvel could ask the lawyer to step outside and have another big Marvel-DC crossover. A lot of people would love it, and it would lay the welcome mat back out in a big way." This idea sparked hope that spread across the internet like wildfire, with fans and creators alike flocking behind the hashtag #PleaseMarvelDC. And Simone even tweeted out some of her ideal matchups and pairings for such a dream crossover. You could have Vision and Mr. Miracle by Tom King, Thor and Wonder Woman by Donny Cates, Superman Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis. What other crossovers would you like to see, and by which creative teams? Naturally, other creators joined in on the fun, tweeting out their dream matchups. Like Batman writer Scott Snyder, who said, "If we do a DC Marvel crossover, I'd like to write Batman versus everyone. Now there's something that would have books flying off store shelves." When a fan suggested that prolific writer Tom Taylor tackle a Justice League X-Men crossover, he responded with this, "I'm in." He then followed up with, "Okay, if the stars aligned and I could write a DC Marvel crossover, I'd probably write Harley Quinn and Deadpool taking down Darkseid and Thanos." Writer Christos Gage made a particularly pie-in-the-sky request. Since it'll never happen, call dibs on your post-Plague Marvel DC crossover. I call Commandy Devil Dinosaur. Donny Cates threw out his own ideas. Venom and Batman, Thor and Superman, Silver Surfer and Green Lantern. Mr. Miracle artist Mitch Garrett threw out possibly the most galaxy-brained idea of them all, Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel. Now, needless to say, fans are rallying behind this idea. In a time of such uncertainty and anxiety, it's nice to find escapism in the age-old comic book question of what if? Hopefully, Marvel and DC will kick their lawyer out of the room and answer fans with a simple "nuff said," but that remains to be seen. However, while the fans and many of your favorite comic book creators are on board with this idea, it's still a matter of convincing the powers that be. Ideally, in a perfect world, both of these companies would stand 6 feet apart, shake proverbial hands, bury the hatchet, and say "nuff said," because the fans deserve something like this, and the creators do as well. Unfortunately, with comic companies increasingly tangled up with massive corporations who make movies based on their properties like Warner Brothers and Disney, crossovers like this are a far trickier proposition than they once were. So maybe, as Simone said, the lawyers can step out of the room, maybe go on a vacation to Sandals Genosha. I don't know, it'd be pretty cool if they did. One thing's for certain, fans, creators, comic books as an industry deserves this. They need something like this. Everyone loves a good old-fashioned crossover, and this would be a great way to sort of reinvigorate the comics market after such a period of economic uncertainty. But whether or not it's going to happen remains to be seen. In the meantime, we'll still have the hashtag #PleaseMarvelDC, and we'll have all of these wonderful what-if scenarios that hopefully one day will get the green light. But what do you folks think? What crossovers would you most want to see? Who would you want to write them, and for which characters? And do you think we'd ever see a big screen Marvel DC crossover? Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new episode. And if you want to make sure you're up to date on all the latest news, theories, and rumors in the pop culture world, hit that little bell. That way you will be notified whenever we drop a new video. In the meantime, stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you next time.